Greetings, and welcome to Grade 6, Module 1, Lesson 22. This one is all about percentages, okay, and percents, and how to convert from percents to decimals and fractions, right, all that kind of fun stuff. So this is page, I believe, 315, and that's where we are beginning our fun. Okay, I keep flipping pages here. I think it's 315. Is it 315? Yes, 315. There's only one thing you need to remember when it comes to percents, okay? And that is this. Here it comes. A percent whoop, is some value out of 100. That's the magic key to the game, if you can remember that. um, you will be absolutely wonderful at converting from and dealing with percentages. Okay, so that's the deal. Let me get out of the way here. Let's see. So we'll begin. They're looking for a shaded number of squares, and all you have to do is count these guys, and that is going to be your value out of 100. There are 100 total boxes. There they are. So that is my denominator as a fraction. If you just count them up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. There it is, 33 out of 100. What is the ratio of occupied seats to the total number of seats? Well, let's see, as a ratio, 33 are occupied, and I'll put a colon, and 100 is then the total number of seats. What fraction are actually occupied? Well, then we wrote that already, the 33 over 100. Now, what is the percent? Now, remember, a percent is some value out of 100. Fortunately, my fraction is already out of 100, which means my percent is that top value. There it is. So it's 33%. Well, and then they ask, okay, so what seats are not occupied? What percentage? Well, if 100% represents all seats and 33% are occupied, all we have to do is subtract, and we find out that 67%, right, are not occupied. There they are. These two have to add to 100% so that we can account for all seats. There you go. Let's see, consider 9%. All right, shade that in. Well, if it's 9%, remember, percent is some value out of 100. So if there are 100 total boxes here, right, now I'm looking for 9%, well then I need to shadow or shade in 9 boxes. Okay, write 9% as a fraction. Well, guess what? Since I'm using my fun little piece of information, I already know that a percentage is some value out of 100, therefore 9% is 9 out of 100. Now, as a decimal, this isn't so bad. If you can read the fraction, it reads 9/100ths. Well, all you then have to do is write that in, right? So your decimal has to end in the place value. That's the hundredths place, so it's 0.09. You read them both the same way. That's 9/100ths, that's 9/100ths. That's how I know they are equivalent. All right, consider 2 out of 5. All right, write an equivalent fraction with a denominator of 100. Well, guess what I'm going to wind up doing here? This is what they mean by that. They want this value, right? Guess what this value is going to be? That's going to be my percentage. Okay, all right, so I have a little setup here. Okay, all right, so if this is the box I'm looking for, what I teach kids is go diagonally across, put your eyeballs on that 5. And then ask yourself a question. Mathematically, is it easier for me to go up and change that 5 to a 2 or go across and change that 5 to a 100? In this case, it's easier to go this way, right? Because 5 times 20 gives me 100. Well, whatever I do to the bottom, I'm going to have to do to the top to keep things good and equivalent, right? So that means I need 2 times 20, and that gives me 40. And now that I have a fraction that's sitting on top of 100, that is automatically my percentage. There you go. Okay, so 40 over 100 to answer their questions. Write 2/5 as a decimal. Well, since I already have this thing over 100, and if I can just read it, it says 40 hundredths. Well, I'm just going to write it then as 40 hundredths. I can simplify that to 4/10, by the way. And then as a percentage, well, I already found it. right? Because I took that fraction, I put it over 100, and as soon as I do that, I have my percent. Okay. Ooh, fun grid. I like this. All right, so let's see what's up here. Let's convert lots of things. 10, 20, 30, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm going to do the fraction first. Ooh, if it lets me. Ooh, that was fun. Let's go. Where are you? Here we go. So let's see. So I had 45 over 100. Okay, now that I have it over 100, because there are 100 total boxes here, right, total. Okay, this becomes my percentage. So my percent is now 45% automatically. And as a decimal, all I have to do is read this. It says 45 hundredths, so 45 hundredths, like that. Okay, let's see what this is. Oh, they want 17%. Well, again, I can go right after the fraction. Okay, 17%, which means it's 17 out of 100, like that. Once I have the fraction, I can read it as a decimal. That's 17 hundredths. And just shadow in, right? 17 boxes, and I'm done. Okay. This guy, I'll start with that decimal. And from the decimal, I can go right over here. That reads 7/10. Well, I can put that right over 10. But wait a minute. Can't do the percentage unless I'm sitting over 100. But I can multiply by 10. I can multiply by 10. Right? And that works because now I have 70. Once I have that value, I have my percentage. Again, once I'm sitting on top of 100, I have my percentage. This guy here is 7 over 100. Guess what? It's 7%. Okay? And if I read it, be careful on this one. 7 hundredths, you have to put that 0 in. Right? There's that hundredths place. 7 hundredths. The only thing I didn't do is shadow some boxes here. Sorry about that. Oh, 70%, that's a lot. 2, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. I'm just doing this quickly. I'm sure you'll do a much better job. But there you go. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. Ooh, let's see. Consider this great. I have more than 100 here. Let's see. So I have 100 for this guy and 100 for this guy. And what is actually represented by the shadowy area here. So let's see. So I have one total, and it looks like I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 75 out of 100, like that, right? So 1 in 75 hundredths, okay, represent the shaded as a fraction. There it is. I can simplify that, but I'm not going to right now. I'm going to keep that. Okay. Now, let's see, as a decimal, ooh, so this is 1 and, right? You read this as 1 and like that. So 1 and whenever you say and, you put that decimal there, right? 75 hundredths. So it looks like this, right? There it is, 1 and 75 hundredths. Now I need the percent, which means I need to stick this entire thing over 100. Now watch this, over 100, right? So you ever do that multiply and add trick? Let's see. Get rid of that. All right, let's turn this thing into an improper fraction. Multiply and add. So 100 times 1 is 100 plus 75 is 175 over 100. Aha! Now that I'm sitting on top of 100, I have my percent. There it is, 175%, which makes sense because it's more. 100% is one whole grid. I have more than that, so my percentage should be above 100. Okay. I might as well keep going here. Eunice says that 40% of the diagram is not shaded. Okay. Lacey says that 4% of the diagram is not shaded, who is correct. Well, this whole thing is out of 10. Let's see, it's not out of 100. Okay, if it was out of 100, we'll convert that in a second here. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, not shaded. Careful. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4 out of 10 that's not shaded. But what is that out of 100? So I'm going to create an equivalency here. Okay, I'm going to be looking for that box right there. So I go across and I say, hey, should I go up or should I go to the right? I should go to the right. That's times 10 times 10. So that's 40. Okay, now I have my percentage. So that's 40%, like that. Okay, so Lacey, sorry, Lacey, you're saying 4% is not shaded. That's not true. You were probably just looking at this 4 out of 10, but that's not true. You have to be out of 100. There's that 100. So 40% is what you want. So Una is correct. Okay, 40%. All right. Last one. Leo says that 11% of the diagram is shaded. And Desh says that 55% of the diagram is shaded. Okay, so we're looking at shaded here. Well, let's start playing around here. It looks like we're out of 20. Right, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 out of 20. Okay, well, he's saying it's 11%, but I doubt it because that's out of 20. It's 11 out of 20. It shouldn't be. If I'm looking for percent, you know the deal. I need to be being equivalent to 100. Right, so here's my missing box here. So my eyeballs go to that 20. Should I go up or should I go to the right? It looks like to the right. Times 5, right? 20 times 5 gives me 100. So times 5 up there gives me 55. Okay, so that gives me my percent. It's 55%. Shh, it's a terrible 5, sorry. There we go. So sorry, Leo, you're not right. Looks like a Dash wins the day. 55%. There you go. All right, folks, so that's it. So remember, the big key, I need a value out of 100. As soon as you're out of 100, right, this guy, that becomes the big old percent value. Okay, that's it, folks. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye-bye.